It was the way the door swung open, okay? Imagine you locking in. You know you gotta pull that D up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to pull your grades up and you just locked in. Roosevelt ain't really saying nothing. Yeah, he gave me a little nasty look, but I ain't worried about it. So I'm locked in, and all I can feel the energy, like a certain type of rush, right? The door just swung open. Whew. So I look, everybody head went one way. So I look and I see Marky with the LeBron James. Like, what is going on? The teacher immediately, you hear the teacher, he like, you don't supposed to be in here, get out of here. But while he's saying that, Marky is running like a speeding bullet towards Roosevelt. I wasn't a part of this plan. I didn't know this was going to happen. I thought like everything was kind of copacetic until like maybe later. But I wasn't ready. I didn't know nothing about this at all. So it's taking me a minute to register. Like, why is Marky here? You see Marky just charging Roosevelt. But when I laid eyes on Roosevelt, it told it all. Like, he wasn't ready. So he tried to get out the desk. Now, if you know what type of desk I'm talking about, is it's like a chair and a desk, and it's connected. So, you know, when you get out of that desk, you got to kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a couple of steps to get up out of that desk. You feel me? When I say Marky grabbed him, it was something so fast. So I'm like, Marky, chill. Mark, no, stop. So Roosevelt, you see that Roosevelt trying to get out the desk, but he can't. You see him trying to grab for Marky. You can see this. When I say everybody got up and moved, that was sitting right there, like, oh, everybody like, oh my God. And they're like moving from the fight. I'm just standing there like, what? What are you doing? You're supposed to be in class, boy. What are you doing in here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're making it a situation, like, you could tell, like, the situation now is about to go in flames. I don't know how this about to play out. Like, I thought we was decent. You know what I'm saying? You already had to do detention for lunch. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why would you do that? And don't even tell me. Don't even put me in a loop. You know what I'm saying? So, Marky, like, tussling with Roosevelt. So, Marky you could tell Marky trying to get him out the desk. When I looked at Roosevelt, I could tell Roosevelt wasn't ready. He was registering late like I was. So, boom, the desk goes on top of Roosevelt. So, Roosevelt, like, trying to move the desk, boom. Somehow, Roosevelt got up, and now they up there swinging, right? So, I look at Chuck, because I wanted to make sure, like, hey, he better not be doing no funny business. When I say Chuck ain't budge, all Chuck saying is, hey, y'all, stop. Our teacher, Mr. want to give everybody a D or an F or hold them in class, he didn't even break up the fight. You know what this man did? He went across the hall to go get another teacher. You could have broke this fight up on your own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to grab my brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little bit in shock, but at the same token, I'm like, Marky, stop. Roosevelt like, yeah, you see, you trying to sneak me. And they're swinging, like, back and forth. They're swinging. Like, I don't know who's winning. I know it's a tussle. It's a little bit of swinging. It's a little bit of pushing. It's a little bit of running. Even to the bookcase. It was a bookcase that was, like, all the way, like it was like all the desks, but in the back of all the desks, it was like a bookcase. Like, you can go grab a book, read it on your spare time or whatever the case may be. They even fighting up where the bookcase was at. So the other teacher, boom, he runs in and he goes and he breaks up the fight, right? So he tell everybody, like, get out the class hallway, like, just them two, like, hallway. So I'm like, what? Like, I'm still in shock, right? I'm still sitting there in shock. So I go to sit down. So everybody like, what happened? What was going on? Like, everybody trying to figure out, like, why did he run up and he crazy? Like, I'm just listening to what everybody's saying. So I'm like, why would he do that? All of a sudden, I see the teacher comes back in and he say, you, Roshan, out here now. I say, for what? He like, I'll tell you when you get out here. I'm like, but I didn't do anything. It's not about that. Get out here now. So I'm like, what did I do? So everybody like, ooh. Everybody, ooh. So I'm looking like, now I'm doing the walk of shame. I'm doing the walk of shame right now. So I get out there, and when I get out there, I see Marky already, Marky walked off on him. Marky walked off, so I'm like, okay, but Roosevelt, he's still standing right there. So my teacher and the other teacher was right there. So my teacher was like, what's his name? I'm like, who name? He like, don't play dumb with me. I'm like, I'm not playing dumb with you. I'm like, who name? That's your brother who came in my classroom disrupting it. I'm like, yeah, okay. So what's his name? I'm like, why I gotta tell you his name? Do you want me to send you to the principal office? Because I can go down there, tell them what's going on, or call your mother. I would get his name either way. What's his name? So Roosevelt was like, his name Mark, right? So he like, what's his last name? So the teacher asked me like, do he get the same last name as you? I'm like, I'm not finna tell on my brother. I'm like, this don't even got nothing to do with me. This not even fair. Why am I not? He like, it's not fair. It's not fair that your brother is coming up in here fighting one of my students. What is wrong with you guys? I'm like, why am I getting in trouble? Like, wow, did this even spit on me? Like, what? But he wanted my brother's last name. So I'm like, I knew that I'm not about to get my brother's last name up. So I'm like, I'm going back in the classroom. He like, no, you're not. He like, I'm going to kick you out of my class. That's what's going to happen, because ever since you came in my class, there's always something going on. And now people are fighting in my class, and I would not tolerate it. So the other teacher was like, just tell us his last name. I'm like, he said he going to go to the principal office. I'm like, so let him go to the principal office. And I turned around and I walked back in class, right? So the teacher, he comes behind me. He like, get out of my classroom. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. So I go to my desk, right? He like, out of my classroom now. So I had my assignment, right? Because everybody had an assignment, but we was going to do it as a collective whole, like as a classroom effort to go on a projector and, answer it. And then we'll be able to put it down on paper. I need this grade. What is happening? So he like, the teacher, he comes, when I sit down at the desk, he comes in front of my desk and he like crosses his arms. He like, get out of my class now. I'm like, that's not fair. I'm like, y'all, did I even? So now I'm going to my peers. I'm going to my peers. I'm asking my classmates straight up. I'm like, y'all, did I do anything? So they like, no. I'm like, see, look, he like, I'm not asking them. I'm asking you for the last time. Do your brother have the same last name as you? I'm like, just go to the office and get it. I'm like, I'm not telling you that. He like, okay, fine. That's your last chance. And he snatched the assignment from literally from off the desk. So he like, out of my class. I'm like, but it's not out of my class. I'm like, but out of my class. I mean, he went from here to here to all the way up here. So now that I got embarrassed, right? I say, fine, I don't like this class no way. So now I'm slamming my book, I'm grabbing my stuff, and I leave out, right? So Chuck, I look at Chuck look at me, and I'm just looking like, what you looking at? He like, what? I'm like, what you looking at? So the teacher like, out of my class. So I go out the class. Now I walk off, right? I walk off. So I'm like, oh my God, like, I got to figure something out because now I'm in the hallway. So boom, I run into the security guard. So the security guard talking to me. He like, hey, why you in the hallway? Why you not in class? I'm like, I got kicked out of class. So he like, why? I'm like, it ain't even my fault. So as I'm in the midst of explaining it, I see the teacher and I see Roosevelt going towards the office. So the teacher laid eyes on me and he was like, you can come to the office too. So he telling the security girl like, come on, Roshan, you can come. And I'm like, why am I going to the office? I ain't even do anything. So the security girl like, come on, let's see what happened. So I'm like, he just trying to blame me. I'm like, and it wasn't even me. Boom, we gets inside the office. Teacher, he's sitting there. He like, class is about to get ready to end soon, and I can't even release my class. I can't even teach my assignment. So he's talking to the lady like that's in the front. So boom, the principal, the dean, the counselor, they come out, right? So when the principal laid eyes on me, he like, y'all come to my office. But it was like, you know that look like if a person is disappointed, or if a person is just like, it's always you. Like it's literally always you. It's always you. So I felt that. I felt it in my heart. Ouch. I felt it. So boom, we goes in his office. So the teacher, he straight up, soon as like before he like, we're missing a person. And the only reason why Roshan is here, because Roshan won't give me the name to his brother. Now I'm going to ask you in front of the principal. So the dean say, okay, well, that should be an easy fix. So he looks, so the dean asks me, he like, what's your brother's name? I'm like, Mark. Mark what? I'm like, I don't want to snitch. You know what? I get the whole thing, y'all busting a sag and, trying to be ride or dies and not snitching on your partner or your brother or your friend. But when you in trouble, you need to think about you, right? That's what the dean say. So I'm like, his name is Mark. Okay, so how about this? What's his lunch period? I'm like, I don't know. Okay, you don't know. So maybe we could contact your mother. So let's put his mother online. So immediately that spooked me. That like, no, I don't want to be in it. My name Bennett. I don't want to be in it. So I was like, fine. So I did. I said, fine. I said, I give you his last name, right? So I'm like, I tell you what class he's supposed to be in. Right? So he like, okay, or you could give me the last name like you said. So I'm like, no, I could just tell you the class that he's supposed to be in. So boom, I give him the class, right? So immediately they look and they see Marky's name and they like, oh, okay. So boom, they end up looking for Marky. But Marky have not came down. So the teacher was like, I don't know if I want Roshan to continue in my class. I'm like, but I didn't even do anything. So the principal was like, well, let's just finish out this quarter, and then if anything else happen, we'll take Roshan. We'll pull Roshan about your class. So he like, because ever since Roshan came, in my class is always fighting, disruption. I can't teach the assignment. It's very hard. Or Roshan always got something to say. Roshan always coming in. So I'm like, but I do my work. I'm like, I've been on my best behavior. So he like, I'm talking to the principal and the dean and the council. So they start looking at Roosevelt, right? They look at Roosevelt. So they ask Roosevelt what happened. So Roosevelt kind of tell them, but I'm like, but let them know that it happened. It happened yesterday. Like, I'm telling them like everything what happened. Like, nah, he tried to basically bully me. He like, I was never trying to bully you. I didn't try to bully you. He like, you just tried to get your brother to fight your battle. So now we going back and forth. So the principal say, hey. Now everybody seal your mouth. Don't say nothing. Nobody say nothing. So this is what's going to happen. Roshan, if I see you again, it's either you're going to get kicked out this school or you're going to be suspended for more than 2 weeks. He like, Roosevelt, if I see you down here, you're going to get in trouble as well. All right. Now, I'm tired of the same people keep coming here in my office. So now he's explaining it. Right. So boom, you hear, you hear a knock. Right. So the security guard went to go find Mark. Right. So Mark comes in and I'm like, where he been? So straight up, the teacher was like, why did you disrupt my class? So Marky like, quiet, ain't say nothing. So the principal like, hey, young man, what's going on with you? Why are you going to other people's class instead of going to yours? So he was like, because he tried to fight me in the cafeteria. So I wanted to let him know it's not sweet. So the dean like, not sweet. He like, yeah, it ain't cool beans. He like, so since he want to fight me and my brother, why we waiting? So immediately the